All right, what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday slash Friday, whenever you're seeing this. Last night we had the big reversals that we were anticipating. I was expecting prices on Euro USD and GBP USD to kind of go up a little bit higher, but they did end up following suit and they pushed down. We had multiple days of rise and it was due for a reversal. And one thing I want to point out that I think you guys should start utilizing, and not sure if you guys know about it, but it's called the psychological support resistance. Now, essentially, all that is Sunday, Monday, Asian session. So if we're looking at this right here, I'm going to show you Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday. So all you got to do in order to do that is you can draw out the lines yourself manually. I just, to save time, I'm going to put my top black line at the top of that Asian session and my other one at the bottom right here. And essentially, this is where the market makers are going to, like, they're going to work that entire day. This is a classic market maker move right here, right? This is a classic structure point for anybody that's ever seen how they manipulate the market. So they use that Asian session, beginning of the week Asian session, as the psychological area where they want to manipulate price. What happened was it was a false move week beginning, and they threw that W formation. And same thing during New York, they pushed up, continued it for 3 days. So you have one, one day here, two, three at the top, and then reversed all the way back down. I mean, you could essentially count this first day over here as like the rise, but it dropped first. So it's like we got 1, 2, 3 days essentially, and then 3 days midweek reversal. Thursday tanked right back to where the psychological zone they started for the week. And it's what this is leading me up to tell you guys is we are going to now see it pull back into it. And the reason that is because when the market makers move that fast, that much, they leave a lot of imbalances, FEGs another way, or supply points. So if we go look at our price here, because I'm on the 15-minute, you're going to see a bunch, right? So that might be a little overwhelming for some of you, but I got the M15, the H1, the H4, and the daily, all in this general area of just gaps. So I tend to find the ones that are like M15 overlaps with the 1 and the 4 as primary zones. Like right here just happens to fall in line with some supply zones as well. So that's why I'm looking at this area for it to push up to tonight and then to consolidate out into next week, right? So that's perfect. And then these psychological lines will be redrawn up and we'll go back to how we got to set up for the next week. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for, don't look for some like crazy reversal, because even though the trend is down right now, we're not going to be looking for this, right? That's not going to happen. It's a Friday. Volatility's already gone from 2 days from FOMC and PPI, and then we have CPI today. So they've hit their limit. Now they're just going to go up and consolidate out for the week. Okay. And that's going to be the same thing for GBP USD. And this one, I already had the psychological lines throughout, but you could see GU and EU pretty much are identical this week. False move, W, 1, 2, 3 days of rise, reversal, back down to the zone that it started for the week, and it's going to pull up and consolidate for the rest of the day. So just look for a push up if you already missed it. You might have already missed it, but no worries. We do have a broken structure from this point, and I do want to see this thing continue down next week. So let's just see how that all plays out and go from there. So look to be bullish on GU tonight, but know that it's still a downtrend. It's still overall a bearish trend. You just want to not get too hopeful. Just take it simple and look for it to go into the zone. And to finish up, here is USDJPY. Now, I didn't go over this pair tonight because it was already like kind of blown out, but it is following suit into the zone I had drawn up initially. This is the high from last week. Is this the same thing? Let me actually zoom out because I had it still drawn up. Yep. So it hasn't broken the high yet, but with the structure that it's setting, that's a big engulfing candle. It didn't take it out. This thing could still reverse. It could still reverse, but the way that momentum started, man, pretty much had it set that this thing was going to keep going up, and it doesn't have that much longer to get to that zone that we've called out. I called out like a month plus ago. So what we're looking for now is the same thing as EU and GU. It already pushed up. We're not looking for the continuation. Can it do that? Yes. But logically, you don't want to anticipate that. So I would say wait for something where it's going to kind of trickle back down and then end the week there. And we can draw up the psych levels like I showed you before: Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday. You have a high here. Oops, that's the chat. We go to the high, right? Sorry. H. They worked the low of the week. 1, 2, reversal it up. This was the midweek reversals right here. So this was Thursday, so it happened on Wednesday, and then continued to move up. And now we want to see it drop back down again. Overall, I mean, like I said, I do believe this thing will continue up into that zone. But I think before it does that, we do need to see it drop a little bit. So expect this to drop. It's not as clean as the other ones, but expect this to drop for a pullback to fill in some, well, not that hard, but at least maybe to this zone. That is a supply and demand zone. And I'm going to give you guys what that one is because it does draw it up pretty easily. It's called structural S/D, so supply and demand by Nephew Sam, and it's free. I use it all the time now. You can copy my settings. I don't really change it. Leave it at 5. I don't even show the pivots. You don't need it. Extended boxes, yes. And then all I did was I made the borders black and not as transparent, like 35%, and so they don't stick out. But it's still pretty clean. I like it. If you guys want to use it, they do paint up the zones the way I draw them automatically, so it's really good and it's simple for me to use. But definitely wait for this thing to drop tonight overall to finish out the week in the zone, and then we'll look for bullish moves going into next week. But other than that, hope everyone watching this had a great trading week. Hope you use proper risk management. Join our Discord if you're not in it. Get involved, ask questions, and let's see what we can make of this. Peace out, guys. Enjoy your weekend.